Hi. Hey. Hello. How you doing? We're here. We showed up. That's what we do on the days that we can. And yesterday was a weird day. We'll get into that. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. Uh, this is Periwinkle Palace Arts, and you got here by clicking on a portal that brought you here. It's kind of a magical place, and it's all my own. Except for the fact that I'm sharing it with you guys. I'm Princess Bun Bun, and me and my bunnies are here, and we do art stuff here, and chat. That's what we do, art and chat. That's it. Let's get into it then. Say good morning to Bunnies. If you've been here before, you know her, the amazing, the incredible, the wonderful Maya. Look at the camera, honey. Look at that face. She got a funny face, just a cute little eyes. How can you say no to that? This is my fibromyalgia bunny, and she goes with me everywhere. She's my best girl. Are we still sitting in the cup holder? Yeah? Okay. She just wants me to get on with the coloring. She's missed coloring for the past few days. We also have the fantastic OhOne. OhOne is the Galaxy Bunny, and he's got all the binary for the digital persons. I don't remember exactly why, but he's very technological. He's got little, what do you call those? Circuits all over him, and his ears say O and one, and he's got zeros and ones running down his little ear like the Matrix. And he also has this little wristwatch friend. He flies through the universe, through the whole galaxy, trying to find where he belongs. But he has a little digital friend that always makes him smile. He's supposed to wear it on his wrist, but it falls off. So we came up with a solution. We put it on the leg. And we have Loona. I don't know why, I'm just feeling celestial today. Loona is the moon bunny. Also from the Galaxy Collection, or the Celestial or Planetary. I'm not sure what it's called. But anyway, she has lots of moon things on her. I love her ears. They show the phases of the moon inside of them. And she's got these little moon dots everywhere. Alright, what else do we need for art? Possibly some better lighting. I'm still working on that, you guys. Let's see. I need my hair to be cute, and look, it's as good as it's gonna get today. And we need coffee. If you don't have your coffee, what are you doing with your life? How are you gonna survive the day? I don't know how are you gonna survive the day without coffee. Go get your coffee. I'll be here. Alright, today we're going to jump right into this. If you were here when I started it, you know that I was pretty freaking out. I was like, oh my goodness, these colors are so bright on this paper, and it doesn't really look like skin, but we finally made it start to look like skin. So we're going to continue the skin today, and I have some ideas for our color schemes that I'll run by you. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do a pink color for the hair. We'll see how that goes over the blue. And I'm thinking a purple color for the glasses and other details. But then from there, we'll have to decide what we want to do with the shirt. Okay? But for today, we're just going to focus on the skin. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and choose our color for the glasses to start with. think we're going to use mulberry maybe, or imperial violet could be a good choice too. I think actually what I'm going to do is we're going to use imperial violet for her eyes, and I'm going to use mulberry for the glasses, and I'm going to do the accent in the eyes. We're going to do imperial violet and lilac. So from there we'll just move on. Oh, actually no, that's why I wanted to pick it out now. So let me do her eyes, and then we'll go over everything with the mulberry. So I went to the Halloween haunted house, the 13th gate, on Saturday, and it was wonderful. But I twisted my ankle and fell. So, getting home, or well, I got through the haunted house because I fell before we got in there. But, I made it through there. But, getting back to the vehicle where we parked was, not happening. So, we, my boyfriend sat me down in a well-lit, safe place, which I wasn't scared anyway. Baton Rouge is my old stomping grounds, especially in that area by the river. I'm just going around all the black area with a very fine kind of amount of this imperial violet. And then we're going to go through it with lilac and then some white. You can get a lot more detailed with the eyes than I am right now, but I'm still learning how to color eyes. I have an entire class on how to do them, but I just haven't done that class yet. There's so many things that I want to color. Do you ever have that problem? Like, you have so many different art projects that you want to do, but not enough time to do them all at one time? Who has time to do them all at one time? What am I saying? Guys, I'm so sleepy right now. So you could go through here and make little lines for details in the iris, but I'm not doing that right now. He had this to say, was it true to see the zombies people? Yes, I'm making a little bit of a mess of that. It's alright. If you look on my main videos page, you'll see 2 videos there. Both of them are time lapses. They're both time lapses of this one. It's the full project in time lapse. This one. I really like making time lapses. But those 2 videos are the very first videos I've ever made in Final Cut Pro. And I'm pretty proud of them. And they're bad. But, well, not but, they are bad, and I'm very proud of them because it's the first time we've made a video. We've been trying to learn Final Cut Pro for a few years now, and finally we're able to make a video. Now, like I said, it's not a good video, but because I'm so proud of it, I decided to go ahead and upload it to you guys anyway. And then I got an idea. And so my idea was, because I realized after I made the first video, I was like, wow, I really could have done a better job cropping the original time lapses and turning them. So I decided to give that a shot just to play around with it. And it came out so good that I was like, oh, I'm proud of this one too. So I posted it as well, because I feel like this art is a journey, and it's also a journey, you know, just going through everyday life. And so my goal is to bring you guys along on the journey. That's the good and the bad of it. By posting it, even though I know it's not great, I created an opportunity for myself and for others, I feel like. That opportunity being to see that I too do bad art and that you should celebrate it. You should celebrate all of your wins always, even when they feel like not the best, or even if it feels like you can do better. Well, the next time you do it, you probably will do better. And that's what's called practice. But if you're going for perfection, man, you're never gonna get anything done. And I used to think that was baloney when people said that to me, but it's not. I've learned things, and I'd like to share them with you. So that's what we're doing here. Okay, that's what we're doing here. What am I doing? I'm clenching my jaw a lot right now. So usually when I'm clenching my jaw, I tend to vape more, even more than I usually do, which is kind of ridiculous. Anyway, the haunted house was good. It's always fun. It's always super scary. But this year, there were, it felt like there were some things that usually really freak me out, and they were missing. And at first I was kind of relieved as I was going through it. But looking back now, I'm a little bit disappointed, and I don't know how to square that in my head. I don't really know. So, I do know that I need to do a little bit of more blending in the glasses and stuff. But I'm going to go ahead and apply this mulberry. It's bright. It's also kind of a dark bright color, but we're just going to do it. Just going to do it. But that's why I made the eyes purple. I think it'll go well. So I'm just going to very softly bring this through the whole eye area. I'm not going to go over the hair right now. That little piece of hair in there, we'll come back for that. I'm not trying to use this color to blend or flatten the tooth. We'll get to that. I'm just trying to apply a soft layer of this color over everywhere. As you may have noticed, I have a tendency to sing and dance while I'm doing art because I absolutely have to listen to music. It's part of my artistic process. It's part of my everyday process, really. Especially when I'm in depression. So, I obviously can't violate copyright stuff by playing my music in the background for you guys, because I don't own it. And yes, we're going to go across the eye as well. Very lightly. Trying not to blend that black into anything. Okay. And I'm holding my pencil back a far ways so that I don't press too hard. This isn't really a part where we need heavy detail, so I don't need heavy control of the pencil either. And my hands are giving me problems just because it's that time of year now. So I know instinctively through experience that I will press harder when my hands are giving me trouble like this. So that's why I'm holding my pencil back further. It's one of my little adaptive techniques, tricks. Is we have to find ways to work within our ability when we have chronic illnesses, because otherwise we won't be able to do the things we absolutely love. And I don't know about you, but for me, that is just not acceptable. I would rather find a way to do something that's ridiculous seeming than to give up what I love. Okay. Now we're going to come back and blend that in a little bit. First, I want to go ahead and get the color into the second layer, into the ears and neck. So we'll do that. Let's see if I can remember my colors. These to the side. We'll come back to that as well. I forgot to text my my hubs this morning when I got to my desk. It's part of our little routine. It helps him to know if I'm doing okay, I guess. Yeah? Is that what I'm trying to say? Okay. So the last thing that we did on the ears and the neck was the first layer of color. So we're going to do the second layer. And then the last thing that we did on the rest of the face was we did 2 layers of color, and then we applied henna as well. So we're just going to go back over everything that we did before. Anyway, I was trying to say, and I forgot what I was saying. I listen to music all day. So, if you want to know what I'm listening to at any particular moment, right over here on the camera, on the screen, I'm sorry, there is a little screen share in a box. It's my Spotify mini player, and that's what I'm listening to. Woohoo. Let me thicken that up a little bit. And come underneath the neck. I feel like I'm losing some of the detail here, but I'll get to it. It'll come back, I think. So I'm not using the piece of paper under my hand right now because I feel like the Pan Pastel sticks pretty good, and any that comes off on my hand is minimal. Doesn't really smudge a lot. It does lift a little bit in some areas, but I got this out and it has a little bit left on it, so we can just clean that up as we go. I don't really know, but that's my theory. That's my theory, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, next color was Nectar, I believe. Let me double check. Yep. Actually, I think this one was supposed to be last, where the henna is, for tone, I guess. I forgot what I'm doing, y'all. That is one of the reasons that I have a tendency to leave whatever I'm working out on the desk when I get up from it, so that when I come back to it, I can at least remember what the colors I was using were. Alright, I've got peach. I binge watched the entire third season of Morning Show last night. I just kept watching it and watching it and watching it. It basically does not go there. The ear doesn't go down that far. Light peach. So, about why I didn't stream yesterday. I went to the DMV on Friday, got my driver's license. I had let it expire. Y'all, I went to the DMV with uh, a white hair bunny in my hair. My husband was with me. I did not, I didn't know I was going to have to take a new picture. I haven't in the last, I don't know, 15 years. But I ended up having to take a picture. And now my driver's license has a picture of me with one of them bunnies in my hair. Oh well. Fussed at my husband. I was like, hey, how come you didn't tell me that it was in my hair before I took my picture? I forgot it was there. But you were looking at it. He's like, you wear bunnies in your hair all the time. Why would I tell you? Why would I? Like, he didn't even notice it. But yeah, some days we need somebody to take my kiddo to his job. And sometimes that can be like kind of a scramble. I don't really drive a lot. It's not something that I feel super safe doing all the time, but it's not very far. It's like a 10-minute drive, but his schedule is like 10 to 2. So, I'm sorry, 11 to 2. So, somebody has to bring him. So, that's why I went and got my driver's license fixed. But I was testing yesterday to see if I could take him to work and then come back and stream for a little while. But it didn't work out yesterday. We already have a ride for him today, so I was able to get in here. Okay, an eggshell. Okay. Now I'm gonna come back in with henna. And then we'll start blending this out. And this just gives a little bit of a more red tone, because that yellow to me often, sorry, the eggshell often ends up looking very yellow, which is fine if that's the tone you're doing in skin, but that's not the tone I'm doing today. And I know my voice sounds kind of raggedy. I think my oldest son might have got me sick, but what can you do, you know? Well, that's 2 overlays that I have to fix, you guys. We're probably gonna do nails tomorrow. I'm probably gonna put on another set that I made, just because they're really easy for me to do right now. That's why I make sets, so that when my hands can't do a design on the nail, I can still put on something cute on my nails. It's one of the reasons. Another reason is that I absolutely just love making nail art. But that's quite difficult to do right now. Getting ready to move, so some things I've had to restrict, but whenever we move and I get things set up, we'll have a lot more different arts that I do that I can do with you guys. Alright, it's time to blend. We're going to start by blending with white. Should we, I don't know, should we do the blender instead? Maybe. But in the eyes, we need to do white. Okay, let's blend that with this now. I think that's looking pretty good. Hello to the husband. Oh no, that's Andrea. Hello. How you doing? I'm kind of struggling with this. It looks real weird to me, but I don't know why, but it seems to me no matter what I do, this technique of the eyeglasses just makes everything. It doesn't matter what I do. I guess it just is part of the way the technique goes or something. I don't know. But it's real bumpy, and I don't like the bumpy. I think we can fix it, but to be honest, we tried to fix it on every one of these, and the only one that really went well was the second one. It doesn't seem like it doesn't seem like it looks terrible. It'll be fine. I keep having to remind myself that this whole thing on the black paper is more of an experiment in learning how to work with darker paper and also over the Pan Pastel. I combined two experiments into one, and that might have not been a good idea. How do you get a true result with that, Chris? I don't know. I'm just talking to myself. Halloween vibe. Yeah. Thank you. I'm glad they're looking okay. If you should have been here last week when I started on this face, it looked so weird. And I just kept going until it started to look like, oh, it's a face. Mimi's gonna bring you today. But yeah, I'm trying to adapt my schedule a little bit so that when my kid needs a ride to work, I can do that. I just have to work around the schedule he has, which is why I didn't stream yesterday because, like I said, I thought I was gonna take him to work and then come back and stream, but I was tired by the time I got back. But on days when I know he has a ride already, I can get in here probably at my regular-ish time. Regular-ish. Okay. And now we'll blend with the... There it is. I lost my brush. Okay. I'm going to go through it with the blender. And I'm starting to wonder if the blender is actually the thing that causes it. I'm not sure. I just know that I don't usually have this issue unless I am being very, very heavy-handed. And I'm not. I know I'm not. I'm not being heavy-handed. I really like the way the eye color came out with the imperial violet and then the lilac. It made really pretty eyes. It makes me think of the eyes of Yennefer on The Witcher. I love her eyes. They're like this bright, bright violet. I know violet's not a natural eye color, but if I could have any eye color, it would be violet. Although I do like my eyes. My eyes kind of change, not really color, but tone, depending on my mood. I used to think it was my imagination, but it's not. Okay, so I think I'm going to go back through the glasses with my skin colors, and then we'll do a final blend of that. I have to remember to come back and do the eyelashes later, because I think... Oh yeah, I completely forgot to do the eyelashes on this one. It's okay, I can do them later. Yeah, so the burnt ochre. I saw... There was a, I think the thing that scared me more than anything at the haunted house was there was an actual guy who was dressed up as a zombie ICE officer. And, like, he had a mask on and he pulled it down and went, rah, rah, rah. It scared the crap out of me. I was so scared. And then there was this wolf that came after me. I remember when that haunted house was just the haunted house, 13th Gate. It's been there forever. And I haven't gone very often. I went once with my husband and the two older kids. That was fun. We waited until they were like older teenagers. And then I think I've been 3 times with my boyfriend. It's kind of becoming an annual thing for us. Maybe it was only 2 times. I don't know. I have memory issues. I'm just being upfront about it. Andrea, if you haven't seen it, and you want to, on the main video page, not under lives, I actually created my first video um, last week and I posted it. It's real bad. But it's part of my policy. Do it. Just do it. If it's bad, just do it anyway. Just do it. And so I was pretty proud of it. I posted it. And then I started looking at it and I was like, I can do better than this. So I did. I deleted everything from Final Cut Pro project and restarted the whole thing. I recropped everything and tilted it, and then I just kept playing around with it and got a much better result. So guess what? I posted that one too. I posted them both. I'm not taking either one of them down because it's about bringing you guys along on the journey. So I made my very first video. It's pretty boring. They both are. But it's not about what the video's about. It's about I figured out how to use Final Cut Pro on my iPad, put it all together, and actually posted it. And that is a small win. We celebrate all the wins here. The big ones, the small ones, the oops ones. Look, sometimes a mistake is a win. Actually, I think most mistakes are wins if you approach the mistake the right way. It's all about your mindset. And honestly, I think in our world, our own mindset is probably the hardest thing in the world to control. We can control a lot of other things a lot easier than you can control your mindset. That's just my opinion. I'm not an expert. I'm not a doctor. I'm not even a professional artist. I don't really know what makes a person considered to be a professional artist. I don't sell my art. I don't really do commissions or anything like that. I give it away. I give away art. And I have a tendency to only give away my favorite pieces. That looks pretty good. Okay, so now I'm gonna grab the peach. I'm not gonna go back in with the light peach and the eggshell because again, I feel like that's adding a lot of yellow. And I'm not certain about this because I'm looking at it really close. But it seems to me, let's see if I can get this up here. It seems to me that the yellow in the face is starting to kind of have a green tint to it. So I'm not going to put any more yellow in here. We're just going to work with the more red tone colors. I am using this peach at the edge of the burnt ochre here and the edge of the pink to blend that pink area and that burnt ochre. I want it to kind of meet and flow through naturally. And very lightly go over the pink as well. So I'm using the peach as kind of like a way to bridge the gap between those two colors. Oh, I was trying to say, Andrea, if you want to go look at the videos, you can. They're there. I'm not going to take them down because one day I'm going to make a video that's amazing. And it's going to be so amazing. I'm determined that it's going to be amazing. So it might be 5 years from now, but one day I will be able to look back at these videos and be like, progress, see? Actually, the fact that I made anything, that I edited anything, is progress. I think I need a little bit more mulberry on this side. Okay, and white. This is still making me feel like nervous, but now that I can see that the face looks like a face, when my husband was in the chat last week while I was doing it, he said it looked like an inverted Smurf. And honestly, it kind of did, because the contours of it, they made it, to me, it looked like a Smurf that you could see the skeleton through. More than inverted, but he also wasn't, you know, wrong. I feel so bad for him. Like, I try not to get emotional over the whole house remodeling thing, because that doesn't help, and it's a lot of pressure on him, because I'm not really able to do a lot, especially right now. We were going to do a little meds adjustment this week. I don't know why we didn't. I think we just forgot. To try and help me last a little bit longer during the day. But I think we're going to do that next week. We try to only do meds adjustments on Mondays. But, oh shoot, I forgot what I was saying. Nope, don't remember. Oh, I remember now. That poor man came home yesterday and told me they started the demo work for the bathroom yesterday morning. And when they pulled the wall out, they found a pretty bad termite infestation. We don't know what we're doing, so we got to figure out how to handle it. But it puts a delay in the bathroom. Did you do anything for Halloween? I didn't, but my kid did. We've been trick-or-treating in the same neighborhood since that child was born. And it is the same neighborhood that we're about to move to, so it's nice for him. Although he said that the pickings were pretty slim this year. It's kind of cool because my kids have always trick-or-treated. Excuse me. My kids have always trick-or-treated in that neighborhood. So these people that live there and have lived there for a while, anybody who's lived there for a while, already knows my kids. I don't know if it's weird or not, but my kids spend a lot of time with their Mimi. And I say that not particularly as a negative thing. I get frustrated sometimes because my kids and my mother-in-law argue quite a bit. But it's all her trying to help with love. Trick or treat on Animal Crossing. I didn't know they did like events like that. That's interesting. I've actually never played that one. I have started playing Halo on the Xbox, and y'all, I've gotten pretty good at it. So I'm gonna run through I beat the whole campaign. I wasn't expecting that. But I beat it, so I beat it on easy, and they've got easy, normal, hard, and legendary. So I'm going to run back through it again in easy mode, see if I die less, and then I'm going to start moving up in the levels. I am determined that I'm going to learn how to be a minimum level I can stay alive Halo player, because I love playing Halo with my husband, but it's no fun when you are the resident group entertainment. All the ways I can die in Halo. It's ridiculous. So I've been actually working on that. I put it in my schedule as a thing to do every day. And it's getting a little bit difficult because my hands are starting to hurt because fall is here. But I have a specialized controller that my husband bought me a long time ago. So once you play a game enough with it and you fiddle with the configurations and everything, you can figure out how to adjust the controller so that it's optimal for, you know, my hands. So I've been doing that while I play. And then you kind of you have to still play the game a little bit with it after you adjust it. Otherwise, you won't get that muscle memory down. So I'm getting better at it. I'm not really a gamer type person. There's a few games that I own that I absolutely love, but I still don't play them very often. I'm just giving it a look see. All right, I think that looks okay. So now we're gonna go and work on the rest. I'm wondering if I don't. I want to look up, and I might do this in a little bit. Um, I just want to see like what people say is the advantage of coloring on non-white paper, because to my mind, the color you choose would be. I mean, is there a logical way to choosing the color of your paper, or is it just like this is what I want the background to look like? Um, Obviously, there's, you know, a stylistic kind of mood that or whatever that you get from having different color papers, but I kind of want to see what kind of like tips and tricks I can find for um, making more use of the fact that there's a color behind the page. Because I was thinking about, well, maybe I could just leave these eyes, the irises, without any blue on it if I had done that with the Pan Pastel. Or um, maybe I should leave some of the things with black showing through. And I'm just curious, like, what can I do with this, you know? Maybe applying a masking film to parts of the paper so that they stay one color while you work on everything else. I feel like that would be neat. I really thought that I would have a lot more of the blue Pan Pastel transferring to my hand, but it's not. It's like it's pretty good stuck on there, and I'm impressed. Again, I've only used these a couple of times to make backgrounds after I had finished coloring, but like it doesn't smudge really. I mean, I guess if I built up the color on there a lot, but I only put 2 little layers. That looks super bright. But I think it's kind of the reverse of what happens when we're coloring on white paper. So when I'm coloring things on white paper, especially like skin tones and such, it always, always, always looks way dark until I kind of fill in the areas around it, because you need that darkness to have the depth and the contrast. So I have to remind myself it just looks weird. That's all. And I'm having kind of the opposite experience right now where it's like the paper's really dark. So this looks extremely light colored to me. Okay. And we're going to come back one more time with all of the colors except for the yellows. And then we're going to blend it down with a blender. Oof. My ankle really hurts. Oof. This is one of my all-time favorite songs. It's like we never left. Time in between was just a dream. Leave this place, 'cause he floats around me. I really want to try to be moved in. No, I'm giving myself a date. I want to be moved into the new house no later than the amount of time it will require for us to have Christmas 2026 in the new house. But I would be thrilled, absolutely thrilled, which I don't think this is likely, but I would be absolutely thrilled if we could get it done by my birthday in February. That would be awesome. It's just a waste of time. We are lost till we are found. As Phoenix rises up from the ground, all these wars are over. I have no idea why I put that little thing right there, but since it's there, we're just gonna work with it. My noses always look kind of weird, but I will say, I feel like I've gotten a lot better. When I go and pull all this stuff out behind me, it is very stressful. And I'm not even handling most of it, honestly. My husband's handling most of it. I point at things and say, I like that, I don't like that, I like that, I don't like that. Actually, we went over there on Friday after I went to the DMV, which was a whole thing, for a very unusual reason, a whole thing. I have weird anxieties when I leave the house. But after we went to the DMV, we went over to the new house so I could go through and look at everything, and basically point out anything that was just like, oh no, not that, you know. But I didn't find anything. And we still have to move my building, which is going to be a pain. And then once we move the building, we can get the fence done, completely finished, and that should be it. That's probably going to be the last step. Have a good day, baby doll. I'll see you soon. I hate that door. Okay, so now I'm gonna flatten the tooth. I think? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I said I was gonna do. That's what I said I was gonna do, so that's what we'll do. The one thing that I was worried that would happen is, like, as I blended the colored pencils, I figured it would pick up some blue, but it's really not. I don't know. Okay. I'm going to come back through with the peach. I think we'll just do peach and white. Maybe. You know what I didn't put in here? I didn't do any nectar. That's why it looks weird. I'm just gonna add this in some spots. I completely forgot to put this into the blend. I meant to, but I guess I'm doing it now, so it doesn't really matter. So I'm trying to make sure that with these last few colors, I get that tooth flattened out really good. I don't know if the Pan Pastel is having an effect on this, but it seems to me a little bit like the tooth of the paper isn't picking up and holding on to the colored pencil as well as I would want it to. This is like probably the 4th layer I've done on here. If this layer doesn't do what I need it to do, we'll just move on. And you're right, we do have a good support system, so it shouldn't be too hard. It's just my husband only has so many hours in the day, and I only have so many spoons. And it feels like a really big ugh. I'm at that stage where I just want it to be over and done with already. Yes, this is looking much better. It was the nectar. The nectar was missing. We need it. Okay. I'm going to go back at it with the white. Because there's still just, there's a lot of tooth here, and I'm just a little confused. Let go of me. I'm under attack by my own hair. So I'm going to try and make sure I keep my pencil really pointy for this. Because sometimes to get the tooth flattened down, you need a sharp point. Doggo. My doggo just bit himself and yelped. I bought some stuff, or I put some stuff on the grocery list to spray him with, some bitter cherry stuff. He's got to stop chewing, or his behind is never going to heal and he will have no hair left. I need to slow down a little bit too here to get that. So when you're trying to blend out or achieve a certain tone or just flatten the tooth, you really just want to go slow and be patient. And it can be easy to forget, hey, go slow, be patient. Build up your layers slowly. But I feel like that's where I get the most peace and calm in my mind, is when I'm doing something and I have to consciously focus on slowing down. And that gives you an opportunity to like breathe and soothe yourself. So rather than fighting the slow tediousness of it, I I find it nice to kind of sink into it more. Um, and I think that I kind of do my best art when I can sink into it. So originally, when I first started um, coloring, I guess you could say I started coloring for my mental health. I've always colored, but I started really focusing on art to help me mentally. And when I first started it, I would get really frustrated with the processes, and I would constantly be trying to hurry up so I can finish this project and move on to the next one. That's not a that's not what it's about though. Nobody is paying me for this. No one's waiting on it. No one's expecting me to hurry up and get to the next project. That's all on me. I'm putting that on myself. So I've focused a lot on slowing down. I'm not in a rush for anything. If I only color this part of this today before I go to bed, then so what? I've colored. I've focused for a little while on something that's not bothersome. Just gives you a moment to bring yourself into yourself and just feel like, I mean, it's not about being productive, but if you can get up and do your art during the day, then you have done something productive. That's also why I make my bed in the morning. Just saying. I make my bed, I get up, I put on actual clothes for the day. I do my hair. Sometimes I even add lipstick into my routine. Fancy, right? The art itself is not going to judge you. It's not going to tell you, hey, hurry up. Could you imagine if this piece of paper started talking to me? Be like, hey, that's enough layers. Cut it out. No, it's not enough layers. Paper. I decide. I am the artist. I decide when it's enough layers. Pay no attention to me. This song is honestly the whole reason I married the person I married. This song. We were, I worked at McDonald's when I met my husband. I had been working at that one, and I was in a bad relationship. Anyway, uh, we got a new manager, shift manager, and you know they have like the radio playing in the McDonald's, and I am a person who sings. The Lord said, "Make a joyful noise." That's what I heard. He didn't say it had to be pretty. um, but I was singing in this song, and I was walking across front counter. I think that I was restocking couplage or something. And as I walked by, I was singing this song, and that manager walked by me at the same time, singing the song, and it became a thing. And I ended up marrying that manager. I didn't like him when I first met him. In fact, I had a name for him that wasn't very nice when I first told my mom about the new manager at my job. I was like, this guy, he's so rude. And he's just, I don't like him. He's a pimply faced, dopey eared asshole. That's what I told my mother. And I sort of fell in love with him, so I guess that's what I like. Oh, my Audible book just finished. Now I have to find something else. Because I refuse to watch the news. I only allow myself to watch the news now first thing in the morning. I watch MSNBC highlights for the day before. And then um, I don't watch the news again until if I go play the Xbox after we do the stream. Then I'll put the news on my iPad while I play the Xbox. And then after that, I watch the Philip DeFranco show, and that's it. That's my news. Because we live in a crazy world right now. And my youngest had said the other day, we were talking about it, because we were talking about election. He gets to vote for the first time this year. He's really excited about that. He was like, "Mom, it's not crazy to pay attention to the news. It's pure survival at this point." That's a good point. But I was getting myself into a state, and I needed to get out of that state, especially once I hit my semi-annual depression. I find that it's very difficult to fight against depression. I can fight better against mania, but depression's very hard for me to fight against. So instead of trying to fight against it, what I do is I try to roll with it and protect myself and preserve my sense of peace, so that it helps me not fall further into the depression. It's kind of like when I'm manic, how I don't check my emails. I don't check my emails because when I'm manic, I will see things that I want to buy. And I have an allowance. That's just what we call it. I bring money into the house still too because I'm on SSI. So part of that goes into my own bank account that's disconnected from all family finances. And that way I have money if I need money, and I don't have to ask, and nothing I do with that money is going to mess up the family finances. But even still, when I'm manic, I try really hard not to buy things at all, unless it's something I have to buy, like to replace supplies or something. I kind of got the neck area quite muddy, but I feel like it will be fine. I feel like I say that all the time, actually. But that's because it will be fine. It's just art. And I know that sometimes, I'm sorry, I think I'm getting sick, y'all. But sometimes we can get really serious about our art. Real serious. And that's okay, especially when you're working on a specific project or something that matters a lot. But there's really no point in getting mad at your art. Your art, as we assume, cannot talk back to you. If it does start talking back to you, well, let me know. I want to know what it says. Put in comments. I want to know if your art talks to you. I'm gonna have to come back in a little while and work on the teeth. Not sure what happened there. Now, I feel like I'm done with the steps that I need to do to make the skin tone correct. I also am looking at it, and it looks weird to me. But we're going to go ahead and move on. I'm going to do the hands and the feet. And we'll just go from there. Yeah? Cool. Glad you agree. I don't know why I did that right there, but it is what it is. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Where's my library? Here we go. Okay. I'm listening to a book by Amy McNee called We Need Your Art. I came across it on a TED Talk. Nice to see you too. Have fun with your dogs. Eat something good for you. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Next color. Let's put henna in there first. It really helps to keep your pencil sharp when you're doing details.
This is a reminder. Me to take my meds. This is a reminder. Me to take my meds.
Okay. Now we need peach. Excuse me. I might have messed that up a little bit. Excuse me, y'all. Okay. Light peach. Next is eggshell. Hmm. And white. Yeah, this looks really funny to me, but looking funny, I guess, is the point here. I don't know. Okay. We're going to do a second layer now. So, at this time of year, I typically slow down quite a bit um, as far as how fast I get things done. That's why I was bringing that up earlier, because it's not a matter of focus or desire really as much as it is a matter of physical ability. So I slow down. I do. But slowing down doesn't mean I stop. I just go slower. All right, everyone. I think we're going to stop here for the day. I know. We're about to do our third session next time. Still working on the skin, but that's just where we are right now. Okay? So, I will see y'all tomorrow morning, unless I'll probably see y'all tomorrow morning. Around my regular time, probably. So 8:30ish, because the kid doesn't work tomorrow. So, yeah, that's when I'll be here. And we will carry on with this. I'm enjoying it, even though it's really weird looking. But, again, it's an experiment. We're just seeing what happens. Um, Thanks for hanging out with me today. I really enjoyed it. If you come by later and have any questions, comments, or just want to say hi, the community would love to hear from you. That is all I've got for today. Thank you for coming to Periwinkle Palace Arts. And I'm going to leave the studio now with me and my bunnies. But we showed up. And we did art stuff today. Woohoo!